Hello, this is Cornelius with Red Pill Mafia, and I'm going to pose a question. Would you rather be in the wild or be in the zoo? Now, I know that sounds like an odd question to be asking a person, but let me explain what I'm talking about. When people think of a zoo, they think of animals being in cages. They're trapped. They're confined. They're limited. Um, Very restricted as to where they can go, what they can do. But they are provided food, they're provided health care, and they're people, with mixed reviews would say whether or not they're taken care of or not, maybe taken advantage of. Um, uh, that's up for grabs. But ultimately, the main idea about zoos is that they collect animals for their benefit. Uh, they do maintain them. They take care of them. They feed them. Make sure they have veterinarians on staff to take care of them. But ultimately, they are trapped there, and they don't have the option of ever leaving. Contrast that with being in the wild. Being in the wild, animals have the option of walking wherever they want to walk. They can. No one tells them what to do. They are completely in charge of their own life. But that comes with a few drawbacks as well, because now you're looking at they are responsible for their own food. They are responsible for their own safety, for their own health. It's all on them. Their efforts, their work. If they hunt a lot, they eat a lot. If they hunt little, they eat little. Basically, their provision is basically determined by their work. They have to work to be provided for. To provide for themselves, they have to work. Now, I ask this question because you're probably thinking, well, what does that have to do with me? I don't live in a zoo. I don't live out in the wild. What are you talking about? Well, the kind of people that we elect to run our country will largely determine the direction our country will go, whether or not our country will be the wild or if it'll be a zoo. Meaning, if you're the kind of person that has a lot of ideas, you have dreams, you have aspirations, you have things that you're going to do, and you just basically want everyone to get out of your way because I'm going to make this happen. I got things I want to do. I got plans, and I'm going to make them happen. That's good. You should be that way. And ultimately, that kind of person wants government that's really going to stay out of their way for the most part. Their government's going to be there to protect them from danger, from being harmed by another person. Hence the police. Hence being protected from threats outside the country, i.e., military. That's what the government is meant to do. It was meant to protect us. But other than that, it's really stay out of my way, let me do my thing, and as long as I don't hurt anyone else, talk to you later. Then there are those that think the government's job is to not only protect us, but to provide for us. These people, my guess, are the types that really don't think they have options. They think that the American dream is something of the past. It's some historical phrase that really doesn't apply to the here and now. And it's sad when people think that way because that's the furthest thing from the truth. But at the same time, for people to think that, they hence have to be provided for because they think they can't provide for themselves. Hence, that's why those types of people will elect people that will promise them things. They'll promise them to be given things. We'll give you health care. We'll give you jobs. We'll give you this. We'll give you that. All these provisions. You can just sit on your butt and do nothing and we'll do everything for you. Those types of people are who will give up freedom for a little bit of security. Now it's just a matter of looking at the entire country and asking yourselves, do more of Americans want freedom or do they want security? And I don't mean security as in protecting us from the Russians or some junk like that, or, protecting us from terrorist groups. I'm talking about providing security as in, I need things done for me. I need this provided for me. I don't want to go through life not having absolute guaranteed services, guaranteed food, guaranteed healthcare, guaranteed everything. Those people don't want to live through life with any risk at all. Which tells me that it's almost like they're the type of person that really don't believe in themselves, is what it comes down to. People that want free stuff from the government are basically people that are convinced that they can't do it on their own. Now, it's either a combination of one or two things. It's either people thinking that they themselves don't have the ability. Like they just think the worst about themselves, essentially. They think they have no talents, no abilities, no inner fortitude to make things happen for their own benefit. They think they don't have that ability. Hence, they need someone else to provide for them. Okay? It's either that or it's the other extreme of that same kind of scenario where people actually think that there are outside forces that are preventing me from getting ahead. Hence, I need the government to allow me and to protect me from those other forces that are stopping me from getting to where I want to go. Hence, certain political groups claim that racism is everywhere, around every corner, around every bend, that women are so heavily suppressed that, companies only pay, 78 cents on a dollar for a woman's labor over a man's, that the fact that because we as a country want borders and secure borders, and we don't want illegal aliens flooding into our country, that for some reason that's racism, which is ridiculous. Well, guess what? You don't get anything from the government for free. You're always going to pay something. Someone is going to have to pay something. You have that health care that you think you just so desperately deserve because you're an American. Guess what? It's not free. Someone pays for it. You think we should take in every person that comes to our border and says they want in, even though we have no idea who they are, or the fact that they'll come on and then they'll get right on our welfare system? No, you think no one pays for that? We pay for that. So like I said, do you want to live in a zoo or do you want to live in the wild? The zoo gives you freebies here and there to make you feel kind of warm and fuzzy inside, but ultimately, it's a prison. The wild basically puts all the onus on you to make stuff happen, but doesn't limit you. You can be as great as you want to be, or as not so great as you want to be. It's all on your labors. It's all on your work. I just find it ironic how liberals constantly vilify zoos for holding animals, keeping them in cages, confined, poor living conditions, all these sort of things. And they should be let off into the wild. That's where they're meant to be. But at the same time, contend that our country should be a zoo. Restricted, given a few bones here and there to make us feel okay, but really squashing the opportunities that America can offer people by simply getting out of their way and letting them do what they need to do. First of all, thank you for checking out this video. If you happen to like this video, please subscribe, leave a comment. Whether you agree with me or not, please leave a comment either way. And as well as I'm also working on music to make available on my website, redpillmafia.net, as well as I'll leave links to the two songs as well in my videos. Also, if you are so gracious to want to support me, I do have options down below, whether Patreon, PayPal. I also have t-shirts available for sale as well. You're probably pretty gutsy if you want to buy one of these t-shirts, because they're going to get a reaction either way. And that's what they're meant to do. They're meant to start a conversation. Again, Pill Mafia, this is Cornelius, and you have a great day.